Elizabeth, thanks so much for hopping on today and joining us for our Lonny James Warehouse series. And just to give you a quick introduction, Elizabeth is the CEO of Siren Foods, or is it Siren Snacks? What do you
Siren Snacks. Yep.
Snacks? And recently we plugged Siren Snacks, and it's such a cool product, and she'll be able to tell you about it. We plugged in Siren Snacks and do our top selling vegan box, and the reception from our customers has been awesome. I know for us, what we really liked about the product is, one, it tastes really good, and two, it's like a really awesome protein play. And when you're looking in the plant-based categories, there's a lot of things that taste really good, and there's a lot of things that are a protein play. And sometimes you find some cool items that taste good and are a protein play, and I think you guys really nailed it. So Elizabeth, maybe you can just introduce yourself and tell everybody watching who's maybe looking at our vegan box, which we'll post below here in case anybody wants to give it a go, the snack that we buy from you, and just a little bit of background.
Sure. Well, thank you so much. That was a kind intro, and you really hit on there many of the reasons why we started Siren in the first place. I started the company with my sister Abby back in 2017. Really for very much the reason you described. Us as shoppers, we were trying to eat plant-based, clean ingredient snacks, but couldn't find anything that really delivered that right sweet spot of great taste and, the ingredients and nutrition and high protein that we were looking for. My sister was a college athlete, so she wanted something that could kind of fuel her up, before her workouts or her matches, as she was working out several hours a day and wanted something portable and tasted great. And I've been vegan and following a plant-based diet now for a number of years, going back to some health challenges I had in my early 20s. And I could never find a plant-based option that really checked all the boxes for me. So we started creating Siren Snacks in our kitchen and focused on the bite-sized format. We felt like as consumers, we were kind of grazing and snacking throughout the day and wanted that bite-sized portability that allowed us to not have to eat the bar in one sitting, but really enjoy it as a topping or throughout the day. And so it was really sort of with that in mind that Siren was born. We focused on indulgent, crave-worthy flavors that everyone knows and loves, but doing them in a way that is simple ingredient and still getting that, protein in every bite.
Yeah, when we first sampled them, and I don't know if you have any there to show off, but when we first sampled them, they remind you of like kind of a homemade protein ball, like that people make at home. And personally, we just love the birthday cake flavor. We think it's a total kick-ass flavor. So
Thank you.
nice work on the flavor profile, and I think a lot of other people enjoy that flavor as well.
Good. No, glad to hear it. That's been one of our most popular ones. And so we're excited to be offering it in your boxes to your customers.
Absolutely. Maybe you can just briefly touch on, this is kind of a new thing that I want to touch on, is like, I don't know if people know, how difficult it can be to take a brand probably from your guys' kitchen where you were experimenting to like actually being sold online and in retail. And I know that's probably a super long story, but maybe in as short as you possibly can, just kind of anyone who could possibly, just shed some light on what it really takes to get your products into the hands of people. Any light on that, I think, would be really awesome to hear for anybody watching this.
Yeah, it's definitely been a journey and continues to evolve. We've learned so much throughout the process, but I guess at a high level, the first step we made was taking our recipes and actually working with a food scientist to help us to essentially commercialize it. So making sure that the bites we were making are shelf stable, they'll be good and safe to eat 8 months after production, still kind of maintain that texture, and then working with an expert to help kind of commercialize the process. So in the early days, we were hand rolling and like cutting with a long like cheese knife, like all of the bites ourselves. And it just was something that was not scalable as we were growing and making them in much larger batches. So it was a process of, commercializing our recipes, making sure they were safe for consumption and shelf stable, and then really refining our production methods so that they could be made and still have that great flavor and taste and homemade feel, but just done at a larger scale. And so we, obviously moved out of our home kitchen. We moved into a larger, our own manufacturing facility, went through the process of getting all of the permits and licenses to produce food in the state of California and sell it commercially. And then, it was a process of also investing in different types of equipment, and, large wholesale ingredients versus, the stuff we were buying on Amazon to make the early recipes, and kind of scaling it up from there. But it has been quite a long journey, and we're continuing to work on how we continue to grow and evolve our manufacturing to meet, the growing demand we're seeing for our products.
Yeah, my previous life is actually on the brand side as well. And one thing that people don't know, and if you're watching this, like when you're thinking about making a product and you're making it in your kitchen and it tastes absolutely wonderful, it's a lot different when you're taking that and you're making thousands of pounds of that product through big pieces of machinery. Just because you may use the same ingredients and the same measurements, but for some reason sometimes it tastes different, right? And like learning the food science behind making something taste the same as you made in your kitchen versus through big machinery, I know is a big difficult thing. So thanks for sharing that. That's yeah, maybe you could just shed a little bit of light on what it's been like working with us. I mean, just to give a reminder, we're the leader in food tribe-based gifting. So our mission is to make people who have specialty diets and allergies have an inclusive experience. A long time ago, it was like, shoot, we got to go out with the Jimmy and he can't eat dairy, and now we can't go to the pizza place. And we're kind of putting the reverse spin on it. We're making an awesome gifting option for every diet. And so now there's an option to get someone who's allergic to nuts, allergic to soy, and can't eat gluten. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess what's your experience been like with us so far?
Yeah, it's been great. And I think one thing we love about partnering with Lonny James is that it has allowed us to get our products into the hands of, customers who are excited to try new things. And particularly, with us being in the vegan box, like it's going out to a lot of people who are vegan or looking for more plant-based options. And so it's a new way for them to discover our products and also experience them alongside a really great, curated box of other delicious products as well. So it's been, a lot of fun. And we hear that, from many of our customers too, maybe they discover us initially through one of the boxes, and then, they'll be excited to find it in a store near them after or something like that. So it's just a great way to get that discovery as a brand to, a great consumer base who's looking to try new things.
Thank you. No, that's awesome. And we definitely appreciate the compliment. So yeah, I mean, I just want to say that for anybody watching this who wants to try Siren, we're going to continue to expand them as they have new innovation into more and more of our boxes. You'll be able to buy any of the boxes below that have their product in it as well. And I just want to say we love to support, more as well, like female-owned brands, which is super great. And I think what you guys are doing is super awesome. And I really appreciate your time hopping on here and sharing about your brand. And hopefully this helps provide some information about what everyone's eating. So
awesome. Well, thanks so much for having me. It's great to share my story with your customers.
Absolutely. All right. Take care. Have a great day.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.